Hi, good evening. It's Navaldeep here. Today was really bad day, I would say. Even after like all the trades which I planned, I could not control my emotions on AMD. I thought it will bounce, but no, it failed. It failed miserably. So we will check out how we are moving towards ES and NQ in the directional bias. As of now, my directional bias is coming right. The only thing I picked up only two trades, AMD and Boeing. Both I myself like should have resisted because they did not come in this area. And I tried to preempt the move and got stuck. And it was really bad. Rest everything was beautiful. I had ES shot, which worked nicely. I made like what 40, 50 points on that. So that was good. But AMD BM back. Moderna was a perfect shot. It almost tested 380. It went to 376. That was good. Microsoft was short 389. It went to 384. Amazing. Netflix almost went to 577. It almost tested 600 stop loss. It worked well. Hi guys. Hi Namit. Hi Kishas. I don't know how to pronounce it. So here is my list. You're talking about Palantir. Okay, I'm going to remove Sophie. I want to add Lucid here because Lucid has now a delivery thing which has come. Then we can include Palantir. Roku, I think it's not moving, so I want to remove the Roku. So we have space for one. MU failed. No point trading this. AMD, they may bounce tomorrow, so let's keep AMD. I would like to keep one more stock. Anybody has any suggestion? I saw a good setup on, I just forgot the name. Let me just go back and check here. It was Baba. I am long on Baba, so let me just add Baba here. So Baba is my list. And Google. Okay, let's add Google. Okay, I think banks, I think banks, I'll cover one or two banks. MasterCard, okay, let me just add MasterCard. Citibank, anyone else? Google I've included. So MasterCard, Citibank, anyone else? Any more suggestions? Okay, so that's pretty much good. So let me talk about today what happened first. So as I was saying on last couple of occasions that market is making head and shoulders, today it completed that. This was the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. And it got bounced right from 4347. And that's why I was emphasizing on the fact that 4347 is really important throughout the day. I'll include shop and Zoom. And we'll talk about the rest later on. But like this is already a big list. So now what happens from here? Now it is a perfect head and shoulders. So I would see it might go and try to test 4385 or may try to test this line, which is 4375. Even in the afternoon, if I break it up in 30-minute candles, you see it came and got rejected. And it is showing some level of buying pressure here. So we may see some level of bounce until 4375, 4370, but more or less it should be sold into. I'm not getting confidence at present. We might see some bounce. We need to have a strong closing or strong momentum with volume for a close above 4385. If we do that, then yes, possibly we have a situation where we can actually see a move towards 4430. But I'm not ruling out a head and shoulder outcome. The head and shoulder is completely here. Now the outcome is whatever is the length, about 150 points, which is about from 4474, about 4250. The 4250 is my target. I'm still short here. So ES is HNS confirm. Sell below 4374. Stop loss is pretty confined. 4385. Target is 4247. And first target is 4295. See, the news about debt, that will not have any impact because that's not going to happen in the US market. But whatever Yellen is pushing, that may take Fed to redo its balance sheet. They need to sell the bonds which they have purchased. And that can be really, really like, firstly, they are doing the tapering. So they're not going to do the infusion of money as they used to be. So with no new with no new money, it's difficult to move the market to the higher side. Second, with their balance sheet rebalancing, they need to sell the bonds which they have purchased. So that will also have a hit on the liquidity. And that's the reason the bond purchase people who buy 30-year long bond, 10-year long bond, you need to give importance to them because the amount of money traded, amount of dollar traded in the bond market is much, much more than what we trade in equity market. And the amount of dollar invested in the bond market is huge as compared to equity market. So people who invest there, they are for the long thing. So they do their research, due diligence much more effectively as compared to what we do in equity market. So if they are pushing the long-term rates higher, meaning they are well prepared for a move. So that's the reason that I am a little bearish, and I will be a seller on rise on ES. So head and shoulder is confirmed. This is my stop loss, and these are my targets. So anytime it comes around 4375, 4378 to 4385, just have a sell. Nasdaq almost fell 3%. I was looking at 14,961, but it broke, bang, bang, bang. It tested its long-term support, closed it. We might have a dead cat bounce. 14,865, 14,965 max. Let's say 14,865. If it comes, just sell it. Again, an NQ head and shoulder is confirmed. $14,865, you need to sell. Stop loss of 14,961, which was previous target. And target in this case, because it is breaking the long-term trend. So first target will be 14,710 and 14,436. I'm a little aggressive on the short side because the way things are setting up, especially on indexes and way the fall happened today, there was no buying. There was never a situation where buying happened. And we were just sold every time there was a rise. Look at this 30-minute candle. Every time it tried to rise, there was equal selling. And another important thing, let me add volume here. See, every time it tried to bounce, the selling was infurious, heavy with volume. And that is what is not helping me. They were selling through the day and the volume was enormous. When they were buys, there was hardly any volume. Again, when the selling started, the volume was heavy. So it's a sell. It's a clear sell on bounce. So I'll not be very much happy if it opens up about 1%. Maybe it stays for an hour, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour. But by the end of the day, it will sell off. QQQ, boom, it after a very, very long time, I would say after almost like 10% move it had in May, where the QQQ was negative for a little while. But after that, it's now when the 12 EMA has moved or converged below the 34 EMA. And it closed below 361. And this is a supplier zone. I would be a seller in QQQ and my selling will be 368, 62, 68. Like even QQQ, it tested all these levels. So now that should become my stop loss and my 361.44. You may see market may be opening green, but do not get troubled by that. It has potential to go down and that too very quickly. Then we are looking for a target of 351. There's nothing in between. Even on QQQ, you see head and shoulders pretty clear. And this is the height of the shoulder from the neckline, which is about 10 points. So target is also coming in 10 points, 350, 165. Again, it will be from my side, it will be sell on bounce. Apple target was 140. I think it almost came there. Yeah, almost came to 141.69. Again, I'll be a seller around 144.50. If it bounces, sell around one. I'll say stop loss around 144.50. Again, 70% here. And selling will be there below 143.50. So if it bounces, just sell it. That's what I'm planning to do. 140 is the target. AMD, it's totally busted today. I myself got stuck in AMD. I did not follow my own sheet and then back. After a long time, it is closing below a long-term trend line. And below 100, if it doesn't bounce, it will go to 94. And the trend finally in AMD is also converging into this. So today it had a big red candle. Now I would only sell if it goes below 185. You may see a bounce, but I would like to sell that bounce. Stop loss in this case will be this trend line, which is 102. See, it might go to 102. It doesn't mean that it's going to go green. It can get ugly. Target is 97 and 94. All right. Amazon, I'm still neutral. It had a really, really bad day. Gave up already 100 points, but it's coming to a 3286 area. It almost came there. And every time it came here, it had a bounce. So if it goes like it's about 30 to 20, I would say if it goes below, or if you want to buy, you need to buy it around 3286. Buy near 3286 and keep a very tight stop loss if you have to buy. And target will be, in this case, 333, because this is the level where it is building up. So 333, 333, even it got support 3363. BA had a negative news, so again I'm marking it as neutral. It needs to hold this 218.91. See, if market will bounce, some of the stocks will bounce, some of them will go down, and that's what index management is. See, wherever there is green, I'm a little less confident in them. Baba, I am positive because I was a holder on Baba 150 calls. And now Baba, I think it's gonna go in the, yes, it can test 154. Had a bullish engulfing and then good strength. It's coming in the area. So I would say it can go for 154, 59 and 161 with a stop loss of 149.80. $154.50, 161. I'm 70% confident on Baba. Buy above 151. Delta. Instead of Delta, I want to do Caterpillar. With infra, Caterpillar will make much more sense. So Caterpillar today was looking good. It's an inside day, and a break above 2175 can take it to 450. So Cat is positive, Baba is positive. Buy above 201, 202. Target is 204.50 and 205. And stop loss will be 199. Or this one is 200. Yeah, 200. And I'm reading your chat, so I'll be going through all these things one by one. Datadog, Datadog, like as we discussed yesterday, below 140 it can come down to 136. It did, but today it had a very good option flow. I was looking at DDOG, so it had a very good option flow, and this is the black box. So I was looking at this data, and this data looks good to me because it was buying at 136, the price was 829, then 834, 55, 75, and the price of the equity was also moving up. So it was making a good set that yes, Datadog is getting some built up, and this amount is reasonable. It's not a small amount. And 130 puts were also sold. So which kind of give me a confidence that yes, something is coming in Datadog. So if you want to replicate the same thing, buy above 140. So buy near 140, I would say. Stop loss is 136. And I think it's going to break 142, 142, 142, 143, 142 target. So buy near, I would say 138, 142 and 150. So it's positive. Because it held, second thing, it held. Even if the market went down, it did not close below the 34 and it closed above this box. So it's looking good. Then Facebook, like all the big tech, got decimated and it finally went below 342.90. Now with Facebook, the trend is clearly negative and we may get some support at around 335 area, because that is the area where we had the support last time, 334.80 area, and that is the long-term trend line as well. So I'll be a seller in Facebook, short. Stop loss is 342.90. Target is 334.85. And sell below 342. Moderna was pretty good short. Back to back, like 3 days, Moderna came, confirm its head and shoulders, breaking its long-term trend line. Just short this thing. Now the only thing which will move is your stop loss. Stop loss is 406, and you can short it near 406 or break of 384. Target will be 344. I don't know how many of you were shorting this, but this almost gave up like 15-20% already. It's 365 first and then 344. Again, I am not here to give you trade. I'm just making the levels. So you need to make a trade on your own. I'm not recommending any trade. I'm just suggesting the chart setups, what can happen, and on my predictive analysis. Now you can go back and execute your own trades. Microsoft, MSFT. Microsoft broke the long-term trend line. It can come back and fill the gap. The gap is there. Sell it and fill the gap at 278. Target is 278. 270. And sell it with a stop loss of as near as 289. 289. Sell below 280. Sell near 286. Sell near this case. Even in this case. Netflix almost hit 599 and then got rejected, came back, almost came back to 577. I am saying again, it's somewhat of an inside day. A break below 577 can take it to 560. So sell it. Sell it with a stop loss of 592. The only thing which has changed is stop loss is 592. near 586, 577, 560. Yeah, you need to wait and look. Don't assume things. You join late and then uh, going on Microsoft target 1 and 2 are same. It doesn't mean that it cannot go further, but right now I'm looking at these targets. Google, again, it broke the long-term trend line. All these stocks broke the long-term trend line. And somewhere they have those gaps at around 25.75. So I would say we can have a gap fill. If it doesn't break below this, then we may see a bounce. But I will be a seller in this at this time with a stop loss of 2700 and 25, no, 2750. Sell below 2750. Again, short, sell near 2750. Stop loss 2790. Uh, and target will be first 2690 and then 2660, 2690, 2660. Palantir failed. Like it had that opportunity to break out, but it failed, and it failed big. So now I would like to see if it. This is again like a selling zone, and it's failing here. The last I would say is try a stop loss of 24 and see if it can bounce. So I would like to add it at around 24. Palantir, it's like neutral for me. Buy near 24. Stop loss of 24. And it needs to break 25.58. I would not be a buyer above 25.58 because it is getting rejected. So I'll be waiting for this level. And I'm hardly confident. I'm just giving it a 50% chance. So I'm not buying it around near price. I'm waiting for 6% still down and see. Lucid Motors has been really positive. And tomorrow, if you get opportunity, just buy this. About 27.50, it will rocket. It will go through 30. So Lucid Motor, 27.40 and 30 is the target. So buy stop loss will be irrelevant, but I'm still posting 25. Buy at buy near 26 if you can. Tesla almost tested 800, but got rejected, closed around 779. So everything is same for Tesla in terms of level. It needs to break out above 800 for 85. The only thing is it's come down to 60%. It's not that. It was strong throughout the day, but it finally gave up. And for Lucid Motors, I'm 80% confident. So this is my list. Now I'll go look into your chat and cover all the stocks. And then I will post the Zoom link in the chat. And if someone wants to talk, we can talk about that. So let me make a note of your tickers. Coin, Shop, Snap, affirm okay, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm stopping the live stream and let me share the link of this meeting with everyone. You can come and join me over there on Zoom and we can discuss all these tickers there. So thank you very much for watching this video and I'll pick up the right as well. Thank you.